Love our Fret Tea Talk? Make sure you follow us for our latest episode. And all you need is your favorite drink and grab a seat, because our Fret Tea Talks will never miss a beat. What is good, everybody, and thank you for joining Fret Sisters Between Frets, a space where female musicians who play string instruments meet and discuss all things music. I'm Shawnee Marshall, and we have another treat for you today here at the show. We have another founder from Fret Sisters, Karyn Smith.
Yay, yeah, I'm here.
I'm going to give you a little introduction about her so everybody will know. She's a certified jazz guitarist from Berklee School of Music. She performed with Black Women Rock Orchestra in Detroit with Erykah Badu, toured all over the world, played in an orchestra pit off Broadway, and she's been a session guitarist for various artists and also a band leader for her collective all-female band Girls Night Out. Karyn, how are you doing today?
I'm great. And how are you?
I'm good. Like since I met you in 2017, I realized like there's actually more women coming to represent for female guitarists, and we got a chance to talk when I started talking to you with Jen. And you tell me a lot of other things, and you show us a lot of things, and I was like, I actually learned something.
Hey, thanks. We learned from each other. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, because I really had a great time talking to you when we first met, and it was like a best experience since I went to the Musician Summit.
Oh yeah, that was wonderful. Yes, yeah, it was great. Meeting everybody, Jenny, Jam, and you. And I'm waiting to meet Nicole. And everybody's great. And I had a great time talking to you. You have some great music, and you play very well. So I was really really happy to meet you and Jenny.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I actually I played with you that night, and I was so excited. Like, oh my goodness, I'm performing. I was nervous at first.
Oh yeah, well, we're always nervous. I mean, that's a good thing, not to be overly confident, but it was great. I enjoyed it. I was hosting a meet and greet, and it was just really nice to meet some new friends, new musicians, new female musicians that play guitar. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, that was the best experience in my life. So let's music was like your passion when you first started, or you was passion with something else like while growing up?
I was very young. I was interested in playing the guitar when I was a very young kid, and my mother was convinced to get me guitar lessons. I was about 12 years old, and I took lessons a little under 2 years, and I was a music major in high school, but I played violin. In high school, they didn't have guitar then, so I played violin in the orchestra there, and took a couple other instruments like the trumpet and piano, but theory. And then I went on to college, and I got into law enforcement, and I took forensics. I got a degree in that. But later in life, I think I was more self-taught. I learned from a lot of other people. And I got a lot of books and DVDs and stuff like that to teach myself. And then I really wanted to dig into really learning more theory and the guitar and jazz. So I took a few courses, about 5 courses at Berklee School of Music. And I got a certification in jazz guitar, not the master's, but the professional. And I took that. And I just, I go to summits, I jam, I go into music stores, I meet friends, I play in a few bands, and that's how I learn more. I learn more from other people than the books, really, in the school. You learn from other people because they show you how to play something, and they give you good tips. And that's where I really learned from people, in stores and friends, and that's what I pick up from them.
Wow. Do you remember what your very first guitar when you first started playing guitar?
Yeah, it was a I think like a no off-brand from a catalog. It was an acoustic guitar. My first guitar was acoustic.
And from learning from acoustic, do you think playing acoustic and electric is a little bit more difficult than the electric? A lot of people say electric is more easier than playing acoustic. Because I started playing guitars acoustic first before I went to electric.
Yes. I started on the acoustic guitar, and a few months later, my mother bought me a pre-owned electric guitar, but my lessons was on acoustic guitar for the most part. It's easier to play, but it depends on the person, what they're going to gravitate to. If you give a person an acoustic guitar, but they want to play electric guitar, they may not play that guitar. So let them play the electric. I find, my experience, the electric guitar is easier because of the action on the strings and the neck and the width of the neck. So it's easier to play. I find that the electric is easier to play than the acoustic. Yes, that's my opinion though.
Like, how did you get so knowledgeable in your theory? Like, I heard so chords that I never heard of in my life, and I was just self-taught ever since. I only took a couple months of lessons and my first semester in college, and then I taught myself ever since. And I was like, all these chords I never heard of. How did you pick up all that chord knowledge? That's the only thing that I was having trouble with.
There's different ways, but I was playing with a few bands. They had original music, but their original music they gave me to learn to perform. There was no guitar in it, and this is years ago, but it was all piano. And I said, "Oh my goodness, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say I can't do it. I really want to play with this band." So I went home. I took the tape, and it was a tape at that time or CD. Back in those days, CDs. And I just listened to the music, and I started to write the chords out as if I were a piano player. And I would change inversions of the chord. And I would play open chords. Instead of bar chords, I had to play an open chord with sometimes triads or with just open strings to give that heartbeat piano effect. And from there, I said, I'm going to really learn my inversions, my tritone substitutions, a little more, advanced theory when it comes to, substituting chords for another chord, different inversions, just to get the right voicing and harmony. So I was playing behind a lot of singers too. And like I said, it's a trio, but the music they gave me was really for a pianist. And you have to really find your way. So I didn't say anything. I just went home and I did the gig. And I just never said anything. I said, I'm going to learn this somehow, some way. And I watched other people and I listened to other instruments as well. There's another band I played with here in the Carolinas. And it was two guitar players. It was me and another guy. He's playing the main part, a piano player, but there were horns and synth lines. So what I did is I played the synth and horn lines to fill it in. So you find other instruments or other lines in the music to just make it full, make it different, it sound good. That's just have to experiment. And you try. It's a lot of practice. You just try, you listen, and you just work at it.
Does anyone in particular influence you as a guitarist that I want to play the guitar? Anyone that inspired you and influenced you as a guitarist?
Many, but I'll name just a few. Jose Feliciano played a nylon string guitar and an acoustic guitar. He was the guitarist I've listened to play, and I said, wow, he's great. The second guitarist I listened to, and this is when I was a young child, was Jimi Hendrix. I liked Jimi Hendrix. I heard him on the radio. And Glenn Campbell. The second one would be Glenn Campbell. He was a folk country player, great guitarist, phenomenal guitarist, one of the best. And those were the first three that I listened to. The women I listened to, Bonnie Raitt, Tracy Chapman, Sheryl Crow, Sister Rosetta Thorpe, and Elizabeth Cotton, Etta Baker. So I listened to all styles of music. I listened to the blues, Piedmont blues, Mississippi blues, jazz, you just name it. I love all music, and I just listen to all styles and types of music, and fusion, jazz fusion. I love Al Di Meola, Pat Metheny, George Benson, Wes Montgomery, Joe Pass, Les Paul. I can go on, but I just listen to all of them because you get ideas and you learn from different guitar players. Because I can go on. I say Jeff Beck, and they're just phenomenal. Eric Gales. There's so many phenomenal guitarists. And I also listen to other instruments. I said that earlier. Listen to horn players and their lines, horn lines, and you listen to pianists and vocalists, and you could pick up different ways of chords or phrasing or leads, melodies, harmonies from other instruments, and then incorporate that into your sound or your playing. It's just always learning. I'm learning every day.
Wow, that is amazing. I love that story that you do. But while you were like gigging and touring, do you have like any like memorable experience while you were like gigging or touring?
So many, a lot of funny things. I think it's the joy of it's a lot of practice, but when you go on tour, they'll fly you in. You already have the music prepared. I would prepare not only just learning it by memory, but a good idea is to chart your music best you can so you can remember it, because it's a lot of music to remember. And you meet a lot of great people and from all over the country, all over the world, actually. And it's a lot of fun. And when you get out there with all that hard work and rehearsal, you get out there and you do the gig, and it's just a great feeling. Really great memories. I've played with people, so many different people, a lot of women orchestras too, female orchestras. And I played with corporate bands, toured Europe, Canada, and the United States with a lot of different bands. More so as a session player. Not so much, I'm in the band a long time, but I'm either a substitute or I got called in, and that's cool too. But it's fun. I enjoy it. It's a great feeling.
I heard that you said something about like your practice routine and charting music. Like, can you tell listeners like how do you have like your practice routine, or how to get everything prepared besides like charting music or anything like that, or technique wise?
Okay, well, really briefly, most people say they give you an MP3 or they send it to your phone or your laptop. Sometimes they'll send you a chart. And last week I recently received a chart from a band, but it was the keyboard player. They charted everything out for piano. And when I looked at it, I said, oh, I think I need to play something different. What I do is I listen to the music first. Don't play anything. I just listen to what the music they've sent me, song by song. And I get it in my head. And then I'll pick up my guitar. This is just preparing, not my practice routine. And then I will look at the chart, or I'll start learning it myself. The bass line and the chords and the melody. I learn all parts, and then I have to create a solo. So you take it bit by bit, just take your time with it, and then practice it over and over until it's under your fingers. And chart it, put it in a book so that you can remember it when you get to the rehearsal. If they change anything, you could, write it in, but you have it in front of you, so it gives you it's under your fingers, and you have good memory, because if you forget about it, you can say, oh, I could just open my book and it will bring it, it'll come back to you. So that's how I get prepared for a performance, with charts.
I also heard you got some endorsements. Can you tell the listeners what companies you've been endorsed to?
Well, right now, just one with Brian of New York State. This is my second guitar with them. It's a great guitar. It's an I guitar, so it's not only just a regular electric guitar. And I selected to my specs the neck. I have bird's eye maple neck with rosewood top. It's a curly maple flame top. It's purple. I have a USB, so I could plug my guitar directly into a computer or and I could do MIDI. I have a piezo pickup so I could switch off and sound just like an acoustic guitar and not electric, so I don't have to switch guitars. I have a 13-pin input to go through the GR55 by Roland Boss synthesizer. It's a GR55, and that's for a synthesizer. So it's a versatile guitar, and it's really fun. I have gold hardware, Wilkinson bridge. It's lightweight and it's contoured, so it's really a nice guitar. So I've been playing with Brian Moore for a few years.
Oh, wow. Do you have any advice or tips you have for like other female musicians who want to pursue a career in music? So do you have any like an advice or tip for them?
Anyone that's starting out, of course, practice, go to jam sessions, learn online, get books, DVDs, take lessons at any of the stores that are offering instructor lessons, and just practice a little bit every day and learn how to read music. And when you're comfortable, join a band.
Great. What else are you working on? Any new music coming out, or you have any projects coming out?
I am. I'm actually right now. I'm in the southern states playing with 3 different outfits, but I am working on my single with a few other female musicians that I know, and some other musicians down here in South Carolina and New York. It's basically going to be instrumental first. My first single will be instrumental in the genre of jazz fusion with a little pop, slight taste of hip hop.
Wow. I can't wait to hear that and see how that is fused that together.
Yeah, me too.
Can you tell all the listeners where to find you on like social media or anything to follow you up?
Right now, currently, I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Those are the 3 social medias I subscribe to. Of course, I'm one of the Fret Sisters. And right now, until I get a website with my music, I won't launch that until probably July.
Mm-hmm.
But I will keep everyone posted on that through Facebook and Instagram.
Great. So there you have it, ladies and gents. I'd like to thank one of our founders from Fret Sisters, Karyn Smith, for joining in with us. And
Thanks.
make sure you follow her on social media, and make sure you stay tuned for our upcoming single pretty soon. And also make sure you follow Fret Sisters on IG under Fret Sisters, and our Facebook page, Fret Sisters 1. So you can give us a little update of when's our next podcast show, or anything our shenanigans behind the scenes whatsoever.
Right. This is a great community for women who play stringed instruments. Fret Sisters, we started out in 2019. It's wonderful. So I'm looking forward for more people to join us and to interview, concerts, and to hopefully get our first festival for women.
Yay!
That would be great, right?
Yes, I am so excited if we definitely work on that and
sure
display and showcase all the female musicians that we are now taking over.
Exactly, that's right. Girls take over. Thank you so much, Sean. It's been wonderful.
You're welcome. And I am Shawnee Marshall. And thank you for listening. You have a good day.
Thank you, Fret Sisters.
Bye.
Hey, Riff Girl. We're ready for you.
Made by Shawnee Marshall. What's up? Jenny Jam here. What you just heard was an original riff by Fret Sister. Got an original riff? Send it to us and we'll feature you and shout you out. Contact us at Fret Sisters on Instagram or at Fret Sisters 1 on Facebook, or you can email us at fretsistersmusic@gmail.com. Come on, join the community and let's play.